Good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Midday Market Action or Midday Market Update. That's it. I got a couple of things going on. Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Always glad to be here. Always glad to have you guys here as well. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative with VV Nation and where you're chiming in from today. I'd like to always find out where you're coming in from as well. So I am monitoring both Facebook and YouTube. So I can see what's going on. Stan and Ron and a couple other people. Alex are on Facebook. Bruce is on Facebook. But I can see Kenneth here is from Crystal Lake, Illinois. I got somebody here from Athens, Greece. Gotta love that. Eton from Israel. Carmine from California. Kobe also from Israel. Devin from Austin, Texas. So Al from Alabama. I got guys from all over the place. And Maysoon on Facebook just says hi. So hi. And from Ohio. Way to go. All right. So glad that I've got people from Maine, from Florida, Salt Lake City, Florida. Luke, good afternoon. Edmonton, Winchester, Virginia, all over the place. So thank you all for tuning in. If you're brand new to the channel, I invite you to right now hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you will be alerted to when new videos come out, especially live streams. How about I got Jose from Brazil? I love that. Love that we've got a reach all around the world. Alex on Facebook is from South Texas. John is watching. Nick on Facebook is from Vancouver. So go Calgary Flames. Are my Rangers still playing? Oh, the Rangers are playing the Hurricanes. So that would be me against Joey. Joey's North Carolina everything.
It's 2-1.
It's
Carolina.
2-1. The Canes are up over the Rangers?
Yep.
Okay. So, but how about the Yankees? The best record in baseball. Ooh, you gotta love that. Gotta love that. All right. Maria is here from Maine. It's cold up in Maine. It's always cold in Maine. Every time you look in Maine and Ohio, it's cold. It's just always cold. Even in the summer when it's 200 degrees every place else, it's cold in Maine and it's cold in Ohio. All right. So with that, we got a lot to cover today. Our midday market is all about what's going on today. All right. And you know, we have a live stream, Patrick and I, on Wednesdays, which is afternoon market action. And then on Thursdays, Patrick has a live stream, which talks about our mobile app. And then I also do Trending Thursday. So we've got a lot of live streams, well, that's four live streams throughout the week. And then Patrick and I, amongst all of our other people within the education department, put out videos. So support our YouTube channel with all of the videos that we put out. As a matter of fact, as I mentioned, I put out a video on Friday, which was talking about, are we at a market bottom? Hopefully you watched it. I am all about that. I think with everything that's going on in the market, we may experience several bottoms. When is going to be the main big bottom before the market goes back up? Not until we get some kind of a positive catalyst to push the market higher and sustain an upward move. Right now, there's just so much bad news going on in the market overall that we're going to have times of reversals. One of my biggest things right now, sell those. Or actually, I'm not going to tell you to sell those. That would be bad. I'm going to tell you to take advantage of them when you have them, but they're most likely going to be short-lived. All right, they're most likely going to be short-lived, so be careful with that. I tuned in late. Are we investing in unimportant sport? Oh, really? Really, Mark? Sigh. All right, listen, I get an opportunity to talk about the Yankees a little bit. I'm finna do it. FINNA. I'm finna do it. All right, I watched that video really good. Thank you, Jazz. I appreciate that. All right. Let's get into what's going on in the market. Let's go see what news is affecting today. Let's start off. Dang it. Let's go start off here. Web stories. Let me take this off. When we talk about are we going into a recession or what's going on in our markets, we're trying to rein in money because we put a lot of stimulus into our economy to keep it from going under when COVID hit. the Chinese government, with everything that they've done in regards to COVID and how it's affected them adversely and how Shanghai was pretty much shut down and blah, 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 all the way around, they are committing to a stimulus package because they've been affected adversely. But there's a lot of the supply chain is coming out of supply chain issues are coming out of Russia, out of China as well. So it's interesting how we're going through global hurt, but maybe China is going through even more hurt to the point that they got to put in a stimulus package. Very interesting. On the other hand, though, a pullback in discretionary categories pushes Citi to downgrade several retail stocks. We know that last week, coming off of retail stocks reporting, like Target and Walmart, retail stocks took it on the chin. More retail stocks are reporting this week as well. And I think that it is also the product of having high inflation that people are having to make the tough decisions on what they're going to buy or what they're not going to buy. But it's interesting in that we all have to buy food. We all have to buy gas. We've all got to buy clothes and all of that. And these retail department stores are showing that they may be missing earnings, but hitting revenues because people are buying. Some of them are missing revenues. That's because not as many people are buying. So I think that people are going to be very selective in who they buy from. And I think that Walmart still being the biggest brick and mortar store out there, people are still going to buy. I still think that Target people are going to buy. They missed earnings by a lot. But people are still going to have to go to the Walmarts and the Targets and the Kohrs and all of those different things. But I think that more people are going to be selective and possibly moving more to the Walmarts and more to the Targets, even though Target missed. So something to keep in mind. Talking about globally, let's go back to the global picture. Israel's larger than expected rate hike gives shekel a boost. So they are in the process of raising interest rates as well, outside of just us. And it's not a pretty sight across the globe, right? It really isn't. It's not a pretty sight. And this is one of those times where you're kind of glad that you're part of a global economy because everybody's feeling the same. If we weren't a global economy, then certain countries would be getting super screwed, right? They would. Would they be able to hold on through all of this? I don't know that either. So as a global economy, we all have our hands in each other's pockets, which is a good thing, which keeps it so nobody can jump up and say, well, I'm taking my ball and go to another sand pit. I think the global economy makes it so that we all have to work together, unless we sanction somebody like we did for Russia. And that's a little different story, right? That's a little bit different story. All right, so global economies are feeling the effect, but it's interesting that China is putting stimulus into the country because COVID. You sit back and you say, well, wait a minute, China, there's vaccines out there. Why don't you just eat a little bit of humble pie, and we got some vaccines for you. We can hook you up. But China's not going to do that. And from what I hear, the vaccines that they have are really not that good. So you want to get your people going, you want to get your economy going. Why not look into utilizing some good, sound vaccines to help those people? That's my opinion. All right. Big story, too. Starbucks. Starbucks is exiting Russia after 15 years, closing 113 licensed cafes. Now, as you know, that McDonald's pulled out, a lot of main companies, big companies pulled out of Russia. This is big for these companies because they're willing to take a hit to the bottom line to support Ukraine. All right. And I applaud that. But all of these companies will be adversely affected by pulling out of Russia. We'll see how that all works out. All right. My hand is in the VV Nation packet. Advice is priceless. Well, I like that, Lou. I like that. All right. Chris says, what's up, Glenn? What's up, Chris, on Facebook? How you doing? All right, so more and more countries are pulling out of Russia, and I think that these pullouts will affect many of these companies' bottom line, but we'll see what happens with that. But again, it's all out of support for Ukraine. Now, talking about Shanghai, let's go to another country, another company. Tesla plans to ramp up to pre-lockdown output in Shanghai by Tuesday. So, as China is trying to come around to get their people back up and going after a mandatory lockdown, Tesla is saying, yo, we're going to go into Shanghai and we're going to get up to pre-lockdown output. It's going to probably take a lot in order to make that happen. But, no matter what anybody thinks, about EVs, everybody here knows how I feel on EVs. I think that the demand is high. The gas prices are high. People are looking to them. All right. A story that I did on Rivian. I'm looking at a lot of hate on that. A lot of people like, blah, 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 blah. That's all right. If you want to miss out possibly on an opportunity for these companies to rise and make money in your portfolio, that's on you. All right. Could I be totally wrong? Absolutely. But you can't fight the tape. The demand is there. The demand is there. People are looking. And is price an issue to get people into EVs? Absolutely. But I think that slowly but surely, more of the main manufacturers are reducing prices on the cars to get people into them. All right. So, but Tesla, the big boy in the EV space, is ramping up to pre-lockdown output, which means they're ready to get back out hammering out new cars. Turn up my volume. My volume is already up. Joey will keep his eye on that. Maybe it's just me staying on top of my mic. Should I sell my EV car now? Do you own one? Do you own an EV, Jazz? Do you own an EV? And I'm not going to tell you to sell it. Do you know that the resale value on those EVs is extremely high as compared to a combustion vehicle? Do you know that? Do you know that? The resale value on those cars is way up there. So, you got a Nissan Leaf. I'm going to tell you, no, I wouldn't sell it. But that's on you if you think so. But if you do want to, get rid of it, the resale value is high, much higher than on a regular car. Another big news today: Broadcom in advanced talks to buy VMware. VMware's feeling it, nicely moving up higher today, but in advanced talks, so it's not definite. The tech companies are discussing a cash in stock deal that could come soon. VMware is moving up nicely today. And going back to retail stocks, Macy's, Dollar General, and Costco may offer clues on strength of consumer spending. They all report this week. So between last week and this week, a lot of retail stocks are reporting. All right, so those are my big news stories for today. Let's get into the software. Let me find it. Let's get into the software and let's go take a look at what's going on with the indices. Starting off with the VIX. The VIX is high. I just did a short video today. I don't know if we released it or not. The VIX has been high. Look at that. It's at the price of 28.71. Anything above 20, there's a lot of volatility in the market. So we do know that there's volatility in the market. The lower dollar stocks are on the move today. So I'm a big fan of take what the market gives you. On a day like today, if people are getting into Russell 2000 stocks, the risk-on stocks, they're not as worrisome. They're not as afraid. The VIX is down. So people are not nearly as afraid or fearful in the market today. Russell 2000 stocks will move. And then the UVIXY is down because the VIX is down as well. So those are my other indices outside of my main indices, which are, and let's go to here. Here's the VVC, the spiders, the Dow, and the Qs. Everything after this morning, and everything gapped up this morning. Everything gapped up, and very quickly, all of the major indices pretty much filled their gaps. Well, the Dow did not. The Dow gapped up this morning. Take my camera off for a second. It looks like the Dow gapped up this morning and never failed. It never faded the gap. So the Dow was the biggest, strongest index out of the gate. And all of them right now are hitting session highs for the day. Look at the Qs running. So the market's trying to do a rebound. Let's go put this a little bit on a longer term graph. This is just today. Let's go put this on a longer term graph, a 3-month graph. We do have a semblance of a hammer yesterday, on Monday. Look at the 3 and the 8 on the market coming off of this low, trending higher. Let's go put a freehand line off of this trend line. Look at that. Look at that there. And let's go make that line a little darker for you so you can see it. A little bit of a trend off of that level of the low. Nice open candle today. Looks like the 3 and the 8 might cross today. That could be a good sign. But I'm going to tell you, look at all of this pullback, pullback, pullback. These runs to the upside are short-lived. So that's why I'm telling you guys just to be careful. Just to be careful. Don't tell about the resale value of the EV to poor guy whose Tesla caught on fire, was completely destroyed. I heard something. I did not find a story on it, but I heard about it. I did hear that, but something about the doors were steel, and I don't know. It could be a different story. All right, and not to downplay any tragedy in any vehicle, and that sucks. All right, so now question is, when you ask me if a stock is a buy, remember, you've got to make a decision yourself, Jazz. You've got to look at the graph of the stock. I cannot tell you to go buy a stock or not. I can't do that. I'm not licensed to do that. But if I can look at the market, and I'll start from this perspective, as a market, can I say that we're getting a little bit of a bull run? Possibly. I do see that we've got higher lows, but I also see that the market is moving a little bit of a sideways move, and I also see that the 3 and the 8 haven't crossed bullish yet. But every time it does cross bullish, look at that short run. Very one-day run. No run because it never crossed. And that's on a 3-month graph. Let's go to a 6-month graph. Short run, short run, short run. No run, no run. We've got more of a downward play in the market. So I am going to say we probably will experience several bottoms to that degree, but on a day like today, let's go back to one day. Intraday, 1-minute bars, current day. That's today. We're moving. We're starting to move. Here's my indicators, MTI and buy to sell ratio that I talked about on the video on Friday to let us know if the market's looking for a bottom or not. And we are. We are currently looking for a bottom. I do like the move coming off this level of support. Hammer formation, normally found at the bottom of a formation, but a hammer nonetheless could be a possible reversal. So that's where we stand right now. Now, if you stay with me to the end of the video, I'm going to give you three ways right now. Let me put my camera back on. I'm going to give you 3 ways to take advantage of this current market, whether you want to be bullish or bearish. So I've got a couple of things that I want to talk about, 3 different ways that I want to help you guys make money in the market. Kenneth says, for the gunslingers, close your shorts, go long. Look at the VV turns, green light now. Did we get a green light today so far? Let's go back to the home page. Did we go back to a green light? And we did. Look at that. We got a green light today. And the gunslingers, those are the more aggressive people. The gunslingers could take today and run with it. All of the major indices are up today. There's the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P. Everything is up. Everything is up. I will tell you, though, be careful. Be careful. This is not something that I think that you should hold on to for a long time. But take the market as it comes. And today it's giving you an opportunity to buy some stuff. Just be careful. All right? Don't back up the truck. All right. Let's get back into here. Let's go back to my viewers. Big news, the stocks that we just talked about making the big news as this comes up. There's Broadcom. Broadcom is thinking about buying VMware. VMware nicely moving up higher on the news. Tesla going to open up, get their plant back to pre-pandemic or pre-pandemic situations, or pre-shutdown when they got shut down most recently for COVID. Costco, retail stock, reporting this week. Dollar Tree, Macy's, Starbucks pulling out of Russia. Here's the spiders and the VVC that we use for tracking the market. And last but not least, I wanted to take a look at retail as a whole. I wanted to talk about retail as a whole. And so I wanted to look at them as a whole. Let's go see what's moving up the most today. We know the news. We know the news on VMware. Let's go look at the other ones. Costco. We're going to look at spiders in a second. Tesla, Dollar Tree, and Macy's. All right. How about Costco, Tesla, Dollar Tree, Macy's? 4 of them. Right click, view the stock graph. So a couple of these are because of earnings. Let's go put these onto my quad thingy. All right, move these over. So let's talk about these as opportunities. Costco, retail stock reporting this week. Nice move up today. This morning, though, a little bit of a sideways move. Stayed above my 20-day exponential moving average. Still tracking behind the highs for the day. Tesla, same thing. A little bit of a sideways move coming out the gate. But on a good day like today, these are stocks that I do like. I make sure I'd buy about 12 cents higher than the highs. Dollar Tree, for the most part, staying above the 20-day exponential moving average. And Macy's, a little bit more choppy in its move. But all of these, because the market is moving up higher right now, is tracking not far from the highs for today. And right now, these are intraday 5-minute bars. Intraday 5-minute bars. Lou says, not only be careful, but take profits and don't be married to any stock. I agree with that right now. No matter how good the stock is, don't be in love and marry the stock. Take the profits when you can if the market gives it to you. Because again, the news is not good for the market. But when the market gives you days like today, and actually may even move into tomorrow. But as we looked at the market timing graph over time, these runs are not very long-lived. All right. And I don't want you guys to fall into a trap. Currently over here, we had a nice run. We did get above the 20-day. This most recent run we had here for 3 out of 4 days, we never broke above the 20-day. At least this time, we may have a probability of breaking above the 20-day, but still be careful. All right, what else I got going on? Earnings this week. So I went through all of the earnings for the stocks this week, and you know me, I only try to pick out the stocks that we do know. All right, I came up with 37 stocks. It's amazing. I got to go look through all of the stocks that are reporting this week, and there's so many stocks that I don't know, and I just got to find out. I sift through there to find the big ones that everybody does know about. But retail, shipping is reporting this week. I do own Diana Shipping still. Nicely up today. Starbucks, Star Bulk, I don't own, but there's a couple of shipping companies that are reporting this week. Plantronics, Ulta Beauty, another retail store. A lot of retail coming up. Movado, Best Buy, Costco, Dollar Tree, Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods, Jack in the Box, Abercrombie, Buckle, oh man, Gap, Polo, yeah, them. Big Lots, Alibaba. There's another shipping company. So again, a big emphasis on retail again this week. So anytime I'm looking at stocks before they report earnings, I always want to look at our indicator relative safety. Let's see which ones are not going to have the higher probability of beating earnings. I think all of these stocks that have a relative safety above 1 have high probabilities of meeting or beating earnings. I think that these, now, with the way that inflation is going, relative safety, even though they might have good fundamentals, we're going to really truly see how inflation is affecting people's ability to buy. Because if I got to make a decision between gas and food, am I still going to Ulta Beauty to get my nails done, to get my hair done? Am I going to go to Best Buy and buy that new tech piece of equipment right now? Think about that. Am I going to go to Burlington and go get, whatever I'm getting from Burlington? Burlington's really all about leather goods, really. That's how it really started out. But think about those things. Dollar Tree, what's the store that was really a dollar? Was that Dollar General or was it Dollar Tree, Joey? Which store was all about everything is just a dollar? You remember? Well, whichever store it is, it's more than a dollar now. It's even more than a dollar now because they've got to pass up inflationary stuff to us. So all of these stores that are reporting, I think it's going to really be a testament to how bad inflation really is and what retail is really struggling with right now. All right, how many of you? All right, let me get you guys involved. How many of you are struggling to make decisions due to inflation? Type of 1 if you are. Type of 2 if you're okay. All right, I am going to be in the category of 2. I'm okay. I ain't gonna, and I'm gonna call that a blessing. I am truly gonna call that a blessing. All right, but I think a lot more people are struggling more so with inflation than not. And I see a lot of 2s coming in, and that's cool. And I think that just like me, anybody who's got a 2 typing up in there, it ain't boasting. It is a blessing. It is truly a blessing. All right, I'm sitting on the sideline, says Tyre. I got you. Is it Tyre or Tyree? Is it Tyre or Tyree? Because I keep calling you Tyre. I'm thinking it's Tyree. I'm not sure. So Energy, hey, how you doing, buddy? Yogs is in here. So I see a lot of 1s, whether it's on Facebook or it's on YouTube. It is Tyree. Got you. All right. Reginald says, indeed a blessing. I agree with you, Reginald. So this is why I think retail is going to continue. I really think that retail is going to continue to feel that pinch because retail is us. Retail is us and the ability to be able to go to these places and buy stuff. Chris says, my paycheck has gotten smaller for sure. And that's the other side of it. Are the pays out there, even if you get a raise, all right, even if you get a raise, are the raises enough to keep up with inflation? And if I ask that question in the room, I'm going to probably get, and I'll ask the question, for those of you who are getting raises, is it enough to keep up with inflation? Type of 1 in the room if you think it's enough. Type of 2 in the room if you don't think it's enough. And I think that that's an answer that we already know. But I'm just trying to, I want to get you guys involved in the conversation as well. If 2 is inflation, 3 should be recession. I didn't say if we're going into, I'm sorry, I didn't say that, Lou. I so didn't say that. I didn't say that. All right, so it's tough times, but even with all of the tough times, as I told you, I'm going to show you 3 ways today. I'm going to show you 3 ways today to take advantage of the current market. All right, so the stocks that have the relative safeties above 1 of the stocks I would really want you to keep your eyes on. Does that mean that all of these other companies that have relative safeties below 1 are not going to meet earnings? I'm not going to say that. I am so not going to say that. Someone said that Zim was really moving. Shipping as an industry is still hot, folks. All right, shipping as an industry is still hot. Good morning from Vancouver. Good morning, Michael. However, inflation is straining my already tight return. Now, that's another something that I've not talked about. People who are retired are getting jacked up right now as well, especially if they're on income. This is a tough time for them. But I did hear that the government was bumping up the checks that were going out. I that's what I heard. And again, I'm not in that boat yet. That's what I heard. VP says, I'm retired, so my investing is so I do the shopping that is wanted but not needed. I hear you on that. Retired people are walking more. I hear that too. I thought that they were getting a bump. Peter says Belgium has wage indexation in a lot of. What is wage indexation? Somebody break that down for me. What is, and Tommy says they did get a bump in their checks. All right. What is wage indexation? I don't know what that is. I've heard nothing about Social Security increase, but Tommy says that they did. I thought that there was news that came out that people who are retired getting checks from the government were getting a bump. That's what I heard. I have not researched it. So I cannot confirm nor deny. Peter says, "Oh, so in what did you say? Indexation is inflation compensation. Inflation compensation. All right. Social Security, just COLA. I got no bump in my Social Security payment. COLAs are good, but always lag. All right. You know something? I might have to do a story. I don't know if that comes out to be a story, a stock story in looking at that. I don't know if that's the case. Annual COLA and SSA was January. No change since. Thank you, Roger. All right. Thank you, Roger. So again, I thought I saw a story, but it could have just been one bump and that was it, as you were just talking about compensation for inflation. All right. I'm retired and my e-bike is getting a lot of use. I hear that, Michael. Ooh-wee. A lot more people walking, more so than not, too, right? That could be interesting. People are going to do what they got to do. I live within my means, so inflation does not hurt as much. Cut rations, travel less. And remember I asked the question because airlines were saying that they had record bookings. And I asked you guys as a group, would you guys be willing to pay more due to inflation to travel? A lot of people said yes, but a lot of people said no. And I'm one of those that's going to probably say no. I know that inflation is an issue. My wife and I, this week, I'm taking off Thursday, Friday, and I'll be off for next Tuesday as well. We're driving to Kentucky to go see the Ark. All right, we're going to drive to Kentucky. We're going to go stop in one of our favorite places in Gatlinburg along the way. But we're driving. And now interesting, my Passat, I use premium unleaded. And I was, in the red. And I went to fill up my car with the premium, $80, 16-gallon tank. $80 for a 16-gallon tank. I'm afraid to go take my excursion and put regular gas in it. I'm afraid of, it's tough. And this is what retail has to deal with, which is why, again, when you go to put gas in your vehicle, all of these retail companies that are reporting this week, how are they going to fare when people have to make these gas decisions? And then on top of that, make food decisions as well. Now you know why retail is hurting. Now you know why retail is hurting. Bill says, I saw the Ark 2 years ago. Yeah, we're going there to see that. Yeah. Right, that's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. We're making a whole big deal. So we're gonna drive through Tennessee, stop in Gatlinburg Thursday night, and then head on out, finish going to Kentucky to see the Ark. And we'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to my wife is taking us somewhere. I don't know. But all that stuff. And there it is. Roger says regular was $5.49 in Phoenix yesterday. Ooh. And Lou says maybe flying cheaper than driving. I don't know about that either. With ticket prices, I don't think that that's the case. All right. Let's go start to see what's moving now. Let's go move over to the fastest sectors. We're going to go to Unisearch. We're going to go to Delta Search's sectors. Let's see if there's any sectors that are moving up by relative timing. Let's go see. 10-day. Ooh, I got sectors moving. I do. Let's go see. So on a day like today, where are you going to go put your money? Look at this. I got some sectors moving a lot. Ooh, drug, auto, truck. What's auto, truck? EVs. What's auto, truck? EVs. Software. Look at this. Moving up over the last 10 days. I'm going to see if this is a little stronger. Healthcare has got to be moving. There's healthcare right there, Alex. There's healthcare, 23% by RT. Let's go do this by price. Let's go see what sectors have moved up by price the biggest over the last 10 days. Petroleum, drug, energy, mining, telecom. There's HealthCom again, up over 3% over the last 10 days. But we all know that petroleum is moving. Drug, probably because of monkeypox. Sigh. That even sounds weird to say. But more companies, somebody else just got, Pfizer got FDA approval now for the shots, vaccines for kids. All right. So this is always a way as a VectorVest subscriber. We're going to see both, Miss McClintock. This is always a good way. This is step one to always know where the money is going. I can look over the last 10 days and find out what sectors are moving. And then let's see, energy. Let's go mining. Mining is starting to move. So I go to mining. It's up 4.5% over the last 10 days by price. Let's right click, view the stocks in that sector. And because not a lot of you are VectorVest subscribers, there's 388 stocks in here. And I'm only going to show you the top 5 that are moving. This is one way to always find out to take advantage of whatever the market situation is. But look at that. Excuse me. Let's highlight the top 5 real quick. Let's go see if any of these are good trades. So look at that, AMR. Mining other, look at that move today. Gapped up, never faded the gap. Look at the move all day. Let me change my graph to my trading graph. Where is that? Tech, go up, trade. There's the 3 and the 8. The 3 and the 8 have been good all morning on this stock. Look at that. Look at that. From a day trade perspective, I like that AMR. I'm not feeling that. Right now, tech is pulling back. Nope, not feeling that. Not really, but I did find one that I like from a day trade perspective. AMR looks good. AMR looks good. All right, what other sectors are moving over the last 10 days? Someone said healthcare. And healthcare over the last 10 days, one of the ones that are up here, up again, over 3% over the last 10 days. Let's go do that again. View the stocks in that sector. How many stocks are altogether in that sector? 544. I'm only going to show you the top 5. All right. And let's go take a look at these. Let's graph them all. Let's see if any of these are good picks for today. Anthem looked good this morning. Found a level of resistance. Pulling back now. Trading below the session highs. Volume is pulling back. Not feeling that. I'm not feeling CNC right now or that UNH, I'd like to see it take out that high before I pull the trigger on it. A little bit of a channel. And Atlantis is starting to push up. Look at that. As the day goes on, it's starting to push up. Let's see if it can take out that level of resistance. So no matter what the market's conditions are, if you are a subscriber to the VectorVest software, you can always go to the Delta searches for either sectors or industries to always find out what's moving throughout the day. Want a barbecue recommendation near the Ark? Miss McClintock, email that to me, please. I would be very thankful for that. Email that to me. I would appreciate that. Interesting. First vaccination for monkeypox was approved in 2019. That is interesting. All right. Only if it includes bacon, says Roger. That's true, Roger. If anybody follows me on my Facebook, it's all about the bacon. It's all about the bacon. All right. Let's go back over to my viewers. All right. That's step 1 on trying to be able to know what's moving at any given time and finding some stocks to get into. Industry ETFs. Now, where is the money going today? So I got ETFs from all over to include energy, oil, utilities, materials, copper, gold, healthcare, consumer staples. So I can always look to see at any given time where the money is going on any particular day. Natural gas, nicely up today. There's UNG as an indice up over 5%. Copper, up over 4%. Financials, XLF, over 3%. Energy, up over 2.29%. Consumer staples. So a lot of things are moving today. And this is where I can hone in on where the big moves are for the day, depending on what indices we're looking at. This virus thing is insane, staying in my lane. I'm with you, Maria. I am bringing it up because it's a story. But you notice I haven't jumped on board with it. All right. A few European countries started pandemic level quarantine for monkeypox. Again, I'm not getting into it, but it is something that's being talked about. Thus, the reason why I brought it up in conversation today. All right, so I love that from these indices we can always see where the money is going, and then that's a good way to go find you some day trades as well. My speculative plays. I always got speculative plays. So this was my speculative plays from last week, right? Let's go back a week ago, all right, to the 16th. Let's go see how these would have worked out. All right, so these were my speculative plays for you for last week. Let's quick test them. Did they make any money? Whew, nope. Did I have any opportunities to make some money? ARLP was up, HNRG was up, and IMCC was up. Big hit was HIPO, down 13%. All right. Again, this is why I always put them up as speculative plays. I'm not telling you to go buy them, but they're speculative for one reason or another. A lot of them is due to technical stuff. All right. So what I'm going to do is clear that out. All right. Let's go look at the plays that I have for you this week. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gold is in here. I got gold. I got a couple of gold plays in here. I got a couple of energy plays in here. They are all, let's go see, are they all moving up today? Let's go, yep, they all are moving up today. A few of them are sell recommendations. So these are more technical plays than anything. Let's go take a look at their graphs real quick. Right click, view the stock graph. Why do I like these? Let's go to 3-month graph. Look at the move on this. AMPY, bottom left, top right. A little bit of volatility, but more so than not, higher and higher. RT is above 1 as well. Not that far off the 3-month highs, but look at the 3 and 8 holding even on the pullback on the stock. Wow, that's a petroleum stock that's just moving on good volume. And it's cheap. All right. I like to try to find inexpensive plays from my speculative plays. All I want you to do is keep these on your radar. And if they give you an opportunity to make some money, go take it. SWN, I like the most recent bounce off this level of support. RT moving up. Volume is pretty okay. Nice open day today. Would like to see it get to that 3-month high. What else? SUPV, Bank Foreign. I also like to bring you a diversified list of stocks, not just what's moving up because it's energy, but other stocks that are moving that are in other industries as well. I do like, excuse me, the most recent move. It's got several headwinds. It's got a level of resistance here at 188, a level of resistance here, 196, and a 3-month high of 211. So this one's got some work, but it's picking up on good volume. What else is in here? This could be setting up a little bit of a hammer formation. Stocks settle down. I like the 3-8 about ready to cross. This is in leisure gaming. Nice pickup in volume today. 3 and 8 are about to cross. Keep your eyes on that. Couple of levels of resistance sitting at about something in 171. So about 161, 171 before we get to the 3-month high of 194. It's at 142. I don't think that it's got a lot of room, but it may have some room. Remember, these are speculative plays. Metaverse not moving yet, but Apple is gearing up with VR. You know something? You know who else is? Apple is not the only one. Meta's got VR as well. Meta's got VR as well. Listen, I know that the metaverse is going to be something someday. When? I don't know. All right, I'm not afraid to say that. I just don't know when, but I think that a lot of people are ramping up for it. I got a metaverse portfolio that I've been tracking in here. We'll take a look at it as well. It's not doing so great. It really isn't. I still think that we're still in the infancy of the metaverse state, but a lot of companies are ramping up for it. But AESE, I do like this setup on this list. GLDG, another mining company, big volume. Thinking this was all news. This was news. What was the news story? Let me see if I can bring that over. The news story was some kind of vote on something, press release, it was about 4 days ago too. 4 days ago, announces voting results. Pleased to announce that its annual blah, blah. It was done 4 days ago. I'm not sure if that's going to keep moving up, but it's got 2 levels of resistance on big volume. Keep your eyes on it. And it's got a 3-month high of about 202. 3-month high about 202. Roger, you guys are talking to each other. That's good. We will need email ballots due to monkeypox. I don't I don't know. I don't think I don't think that this is going to be a COVID thing. I really don't. I really don't. Fury Gold Mining, I did like that it was moving up off a level of support. A big give back today. Look at the big wick at the top of the candle. I don't know. You can keep your eyes on that. You can keep your eyes on that. I'm not a big fan, but it is a speculative play. It is hitting higher lows. It is definitely hitting higher lows. I would keep my eyes on it, and it's another gold play. It's a gold play. SJT. I still own SJT that is my oil play. I still own that in my portfolio. Good. I watched a special showing in Phoenix yesterday. Dinesh was there. What are you talking about, Roger? You guys are talking. Oh, okay. Yeah, but SJT I do own. I still do own. All right. You guys on Facebook are pretty quiet. Alex says I've been adding to a J&J and Lilly in that space, in the healthcare space. I got you. All right. Today's big movers. Let's talk about what stocks are moving today. Did I not make any today's big movers? Sigh, I didn't. So let me tell you where I go to find my big movers. Let's go to the unit search tool. I didn't realize I didn't do that. Let's go to searches price volume. This is where I find my big movers for you guys anyway. Searches price volume. Let's go to daily boomers percent. Let's go run it. Let's go peep that out. What are my big? I'm going to change this from 20 to 10. Let's see what my big movers are. Wow, look at some of these stocks up. Let's go take a look at them. A lot of these are probably news. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take the top 4. A lot of these are news driven, most likely. Let's view the stock graph. Let's go put them on my quad thingy. Let's go see if anything looks like it's worth it for me to jump on board with. Wow, look at OIIM. Look at that. Look at Lab. Look at that. Those are two that I like. I like it. Oh, yeah. Ooh, and I like it. You send chills up my spine every time I take one look at you. Love the both of these stocks. Let me take my camera off real quick. Wow, those are two nice moving stocks. And these are just on the big movers today. The 3 and the 8 look good on them. Still moving up. 5-minute bars. GovX did good this morning. Went sideways, doing sideways again. RLYB is pulling back, but I do like OIIM and I do like Lab. Let's go look at these both on a 1-month graph. Do I like them then? Man, Lab looks good from a swing trade perspective. If the market has legs for a couple of days, I do like that. OIIM, I do like that as well. Let's go put this on a 3-month graph on both. All right. Is that 3 months? That is 3 months. Look at Lab is setting up to move higher. And again, OIIM looks like it's news for today. All right. I like these. I like both of those stocks. And those were from the big movers from this morning. These are stocks that are greater than $2 that are up at least 10% so far today. And all of these are that way. Here's Bitcoin. I want to go take a look at that real quick. View stock graph on that. Nice little move. I don't like the non-traded bars. Just go put some 1 month, 3 month. Bitcoin's been getting smoked. Could it be getting ready to run? You do know that GME came up with their NFT wallet today, right? That could be a mover. That could definitely be a mover of Bitcoin today. Okay. Let's go to my next list, weekly watch list. So I'm going to give you step number 2. Step number 2 on what stocks to keep your eyes on, dividend plays. All right, I'm giving you 10 really good dividend plays to keep your eyes on. How do I know that these are good dividend plays? 1, these stocks have relative values above 1. Now, before anybody jumps up and goes, heck to no, why is Target on the list? Well, it's a couple of reasons why Target is on the list. Target is an undervalued stock compared to the value that we have on the stock. Did I do that? Who did that? I didn't do that. I did this. And then, all right. So Target is an undervalued stock compared to how we feel the stock is rated. Target's got a good upside potential. Target still does have a relative safety above 1. What's hurting it right now with the big move down is that RT is below 1. Now, from a dividend perspective, okay, does the stock pay a dividend? Yes. Is the earnings yield, which is 8.85, higher than the dividend yield? Yes. The stock's got a high probability of meeting or exceeding its dividend or growing it. What is this dividend safety based on a scale between 0 and 99? 72. This is a safe dividend play. All right, so before anybody jumps up and goes, why is Target on the list? That's why. That's why. But I think I've got for you 10 really good stocks, 10 really good stocks from a dividend play. So this is number 2. Number 1 in taking advantage of the current market's conditions was to look at the delta searches to see what's moving. Number 2 is to look at dividend plays. All right, keep your eyes on dividend plays. Stocks, hopefully, where the dividends can outpace the price decline in the stock. And the third way to take advantage of this current market's condition is contra ETFs. Why? Because the market still has a lot of things weighing it down. On a good up day today, like today, a lot of these contras, all of these contras are in the negative. That makes sense. But I want you guys to be prepared on either side of the market to take advantage of the current market's conditions. All right, so I've given you 3 opportunities, 3 things to look at to play in the current market's conditions. When the market is moving up on a day like today, don't be afraid to go look at the deltas to see what's moving. Whether the market's moving up or down, keep your eyes on those dividend plays. That's always a good, safe place to have money because these stocks not only pay a dividend, but they have the ability to grow or increase that dividend. And then number 3, because we know that the market's got a lot of downside to it, don't be afraid to have a couple of these contras in your pocket to play the market as well. Joey, can you put me on my first screen? All right. That's it for the day. That's it for the day. I know that I didn't talk a lot and we're shorter than an hour, but today was down and dirty because I wanted to show you what was going on for the day, what news was moving today, but I wanted to spend some time in having you understand what's important. I see that. I see what's important for you guys to take advantage of the current market's conditions. I mean, I think that's important. All right. For those people who stayed to the end, I wanted to help you out from that perspective. How many likes did we get so far today? Today, you know me, I like to run away with at least 100 likes. We got 55 likes. All right. I say we rip a bit more than we continue to get dip. I think that, again, folks, this is going to be a time where we're going to have several bottoms. And on these push-ups to the upside, just be careful with them. Don't be afraid to take profits and don't be afraid to take them off the table quick. All right, don't be afraid to take them off the table quick. All right, what are we up to? Let's go see what the likes are. See if they bumped up. And we got 82. Way to go. All right, the likes tell me that it was worth your time to be here, that it wasn't a waste of your time. All right, and that's what's important to me. Is that if you're here, that it wasn't a waste of your time. Midday market is all about what's going on today and hopefully set the pace for the week as much as I can. Luke says, inflation will hit retailers big time before this recession is over. I don't think we're in a recession yet. I don't think we're in a recession yet. Are we in a big pullback in the market? Yes. Are we in a recession? I'm not calling that recession because what makes the recession is GDP's got to go down for 2 quarters. We only had to go down for 1 quarter. But and another thing is normally when we're in a recession, companies are missing earnings. FactSet said that in the last quarter, 77% of the companies that reported beat earnings. That's why we still say that we're in a bull market. We're in a deep bear run in this current bull market. That's where we stand right now. All right, let's wait for that second quarter GDP to hit. And let's look at quarter 3 and 4 to see how many companies miss earnings. There is where the rubber is going to meet the road. All right, there is where the rubber is going to meet the road. Michael says, thank you. Really liked your midday. See you in Trending Thursday. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Sir Mix-a-Little, you're looking for several bottoms. Did you really call me Sir Mix-a-Little? I like big stocks and I cannot lie. Well, how about I like little stocks and I cannot lie? That would be Sir Mix-a-Little. Did you really just call me Sir Mix-a-Little? Yes, I do think we have several bottoms. I think that we're going to have these bumps up because I think that the big money is going to say stocks are so beaten up, we got to take advantage of them at low prices. But we've got no catalyst to keep us moving higher. Therein lies the problem. All right. It's always fun spending time with you, Glenn. Thank you, Eton, and I appreciate you tuning in from Israel. I know Kobe does the same thing. All right, folks, I'm done. Any other questions? All right. I like today's session from the standpoint that we talked about what was going on in the market, but I've also given you some stocks to keep in your tool belt for you as well. All right. Depending on what you want. All right. Like Carmine says, you're spot on. Thank you for that, Carmine. And thank you guys for supporting the channel. I gotta go. All right. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Till next time, folks. See ya.